In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up on a Spektrum radio how to arm your 200QX on a switch. Throttle hold off, switch on, switch off, the quad is armed. Okay, first we're going to select what switch we're going to use. I'm going to use G. Next, we're going to move down to mixing. We're going to go to mix 1. And in mix 1, for the first option, we're going to choose the switch we're going to use. In this case, it's G for me. And then the mix we're going to move it to first is aileron. Now, depending on which direction you want it to arm, in this case, I want it to when the switch is up instead of down. Depends on which rate you want to set. So because I'm switching up for my on, I'm going to be using this rate here on the right. Note the switch is on. So the first thing we're going to do is take our aileron stick and we're going to move it in the direction that we normally would for arming, which is full left. To arm the 200QX, we would need to move throttle and rudder full bottom right. At the same time, aileron and elevator full bottom left. That arms the 200QX. We're only worrying about the aileron mix currently, which is full left. As we move it full left, we're going to notice this graph here goes all the way up to 100, where aileron is set. So we're going to want to switch, turn our switch on, or into the position that you want to arm it. And we're going to move one of these rates over until we can get that aileron all the way up to 100. Now you may need to go positive or negative depending on how your radio is set up, but I think all Spektrums are going to be the same. So it's going to be negative 100. So notice the aileron is full 100 when the switch is on, switch is off, goes back to mid stick, and that mimics the same as though I'm pressing aileron full left. Okay, we're going to back out, go to our mix 2. This mix, we're going to do the same thing, switching that first option there to our switch G. Second item we're going to change this to is elevator. Same thing, keep the switch to on. We're going to move our elevator stick down all the way, mimicking as though we were doing an arm arming the quad. So full down. We're going to look at elevator there and notice that it's going to negative 100. So I'm going to move this rate. Oh, forgetting we needed to turn our switch on, or into the position that we want it to arm. I'm going to move this rate until I can see that elevator go all the way negative 100. So when I turn the switch off, it goes back to mid stick. You notice elevator and aileron and elevator have moved when I'm clicking the switch to the same points to when I put this in the bottom corner. Alright, that mix is done. The last mix is going to be that switch. Same switch as the other two. To rudder. I'm going to move the rudder stick to its full right to where I would normally pull it to arm, and I'm going to notice rudder is at negative 100. So I'm going to turn this until I can get it to, forgetting to turn the switch on again, or the direction where I want it to arm, until I can get negative 100 again. So 100 on here, negative 100 here. Depending on how yours is set up, you may need to go negative. So when I flick the switch on, It mimics this action here. Then I flick the switch off and it goes back to normal position. Now caution, once you've armed your quad, by flipping your arm switch on and then off, which simulates that arming of the sticks, you'll see from here, full extents back to mid stick. Do not press this again while your quad is armed. It's basically going to send that same full extent input while your quad is armed, and that's going to make it flip around and do crazy things because it's being told to go full elevator aileron in one direction, full rudder in another direction.